2 Shemuel chapter 2. And it was after this that David inquired of Yahweh, saying, Shall I go up into any of the cities of Yehudah? And Yahweh said to him, Go up. And David said, Whither shall I go up? And he said, To Hebron. So David went up thither, and his 2 women also, Ahinoam the Yisraelite, and Abigail, the woman of Nabal the Carmelite. And his men that were with him did David bring up, every man with his household, and they dwelt in the cities of Hebron. And the men of Yehudah came, and there they anointed David king over the house of Yehudah. And they told David, saying, The men of Yavesh Gilead were they that buried Shaul. And David sent messengers to the men of Yavesh Gilead, and said to them, Blessed be ye of Yahweh, that ye have showed this kindness to your Lord, even to Shaul, and have buried him. And now Yahweh show loving kindness and truth to you, and I also will requite you this kindness, because ye have done this thing. Now therefore let your hands be strong, and be ye valiant, for Shaul your Lord is dead. And also the house of Yehudah have anointed me king over them. Now Avner the son of Ner, captain of Shaul's host, had taken Ishbosheth the son of Shaul, and brought him over to Mahanaim. And he made him king over Gilead, and over the Ashuri, and over Yisrael, and over Ephraim, and over Benjamin, and over all Israel. Ishbosheth, Shaul's son, was 40 years old when he began to reign over Israel, and he reigned 2 years. But the house of Yehudah followed David. And the time that David was king in Hebron over the house of Yehudah was 7 years and 6 months. And Avner the son of Ner, and the servants of Ishbosheth the son of Shaul, went out from Mahanaim to Gibeon. And Joab the son of Zeruiah and the servants of David went out, and met them by the pool of Gibeon, and they sat down, the one on the one side of the pool, and the other on the other side of the pool. And Avner said to Joab, Let the young men, I pray thee, arise and play before us. And Joab said, Let them arise. Then they arose and went over by number, 12 for Benjamin, and for Ishbosheth the son of Shaul, and 12 of the servants of David. And they caught every one his fellow by the head, and thrust his sword in his fellow's side, so they fell down together, for what reason that place was called Helkat Hathurim, which is in Gibeon. And the battle was very sore that day, and Avner was beaten, and the men of Israel before the servants of David. And the 3 sons of Zeruiah were there, Joab, and Abishai, and Ashael. And Ashael was light in his feet, like one of the gazelles in the field. And Ashael pursued after Avner, and in going he turned not to the right hand, nor to the left, from following Abner. Then Abner looked behind him, and said, Is it thou, Ashael? And he said, It is I. And Abner said to him, Turn thee aside to the right hand or to the left, and lay thee hold on one of the young men, and take thee his armor. But Ashael would not turn aside from following him. And Abner said again to Ashael, Turn thee aside from following me. For what reason should I smite thee to the ground? How then should I hold up my face to Joab thy brother? Howbeit he refused to turn aside, for what reason Abner, with the hinder end of the spear, smote him in the body, so that the spear came out behind him, and he fell down there, and died in the same place. And it was, that as many as came to the place where Ashael fell down and died, stood still. But Joab and Avishai pursued after Abner, and the sun went down when they were come to the hill of Ammah, that lieth before Gih, by the way of the wilderness of Gibeon. And the children of Benjamin gathered themselves together after Abner, and became one band, and stood on the top of a hill. Then Abner called to Joab, and said, Shall the sword devour forever? Knowest thou not that it will be bitterness in the latter end? How long shall it be then, before thou bid the people return from following their brothers? And Joab said, As God liveth, if thou hadst not spoken, surely then in the morning the people had gone away, nor followed every one his brother. So Joab blew the sounding horn, and all the people stood still, and pursued after Israel no more, neither fought they any more. And Abner and his men went all that night through the Arabah, and they passed over the Jordan, and went through all Bitron, and came to Mahanaim. And Joab returned from following Abner, and when he had gathered all the people together, there lacked of David's servants 19 men, and Ashael. But the servants of David had smitten of Benjamin and of Abner's men, so that 360 men died. And they took up Ashael, and buried him in the sepulchre of his father, which was in Bethlehem. And Joab and his men went all night, and the day broke upon them at Hebron.